got there. Hi, Italy.
So, hi Italy and beyond. So, Brock, you play young Dean.
I do. Or I did once.
And what did young Dean do?
He attempted to go to school and go to class, but really he just hung out in the closet with a couple girls, which is kind of weird, but there were girls there, so it was cool.
And it's amazing because you really do look like you could be his younger brother.
Yeah, I mean, the more I'm around him, I see the difference, but I can see the similarity too.
Great casting.
It's a great casting, yes. Rob&Brock'S, D-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go in for the young Dean so much.
No.
I was destined to be Chuck.
Well, I wonder why you didn't get that
No.
appointment.
No.
It's weird.
Note to self.
Yeah.
Just talk to the
Call your agent.
Yeah.
Complain about that one because it was a good role.
Yeah.
Really
What
was.
season was that?
Well, it was go 4.
Season 4.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not so young, Dean. Kind of good to be Dean. I'm at the middle part where it gets kind of awkward. Yeah.
Post-college Dean.
Post-college, I don't think he went to college. The beginning of the hunting Dean.
Right.
That's probably where he is. Yeah. You played Chuck.
I was Chuck. Yes, I played Chuck.
Yeah.
I was in season 4 and 5, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was a prophet. I was a writer. Turns out I was a prophet. Then turns out I was maybe God. It's quite a journey.
We know.
It's not what I signed up for. It's not what I thought it was going to be.
I enjoy your scenes like when they come shooting down into your house.
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell? This isn't supposed to be real.
Yeah, exactly. It was a really fun part to play. Those were good times.
Yeah, I mean, at least he's got a few to talk about. I just did that one.
Yeah. Well, you did it well. Look, you're here.
I did it so well that Kripke was like, that's a wrap. We don't need any more. It's so good. We're just gonna close the chapter on Young Dean.
Yeah. That was very similar to what happened to me because when at the end of my journey or whatever, it like kind of revealed that I'm God, and then I go up to the wherever I disappear, and Kripke called me and he was like, "Hey man, so you're God," and I was like, "Yeah," and I thought the call was gonna be like, "So you could be regular or whatever," He's like, "So just want you to know you're not. That's about it." Yeah, that's the end of the journey. But you never know. You never know. With shows like this, right?
It's true. Yeah.
Chuck and Young Dean might still be back.
I'm hoping for that episode.
The Chuck and Young Dean episode?
Yeah, with the little time travel of
Yeah.
Jensen and cowboy outfit somehow running into us.
Yeah, singing karaoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
It writes itself. Did you have some questions?
Yes, looks like.
I can ask one if you like.
Sure.
Please.
I have a couple of questions. The first one was for both of you. What was your first day? What was that like?
Would you like to go first?
Sure. First day on set was I was a little nervous because I had never been cast in anything where they kind of like gave publicity for it. So some stuff came out and people were calling me and telling me that I was in articles online and in magazines. I started to get a little shaky, and Colin Ford actually had to calm me down. I would mess up and I'd let curse words slip.
On camera?
On camera. Yeah, that's how nervous I was. And he, dude, quit cursing. What are you doing? I'm upset. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. And
Was he Young Sam?
he is Young Sam. Yes, Young Sam. And after that, yeah, it was pretty easy because then it went to the closet scene where I had to like kiss girls, so it was okay. That didn't make me nervous. Yeah. It was fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun. I'd love to go to the closet with a girl.
Yeah.
Chuck never got to go to the closet with any girls.
You wrote the story.
Yeah, but I read the story. I know, you would think that I would write in, well,
That's where you messed up.
he just made calls to hookers. That was his, that was what Chuck did. That was Chuck's vice. Well, my first day on set was, I was just I was intimidated by how tall those guys are. I mean, I'm not that tall of a guy. And those are tall guys. Jared is a very tall fella. And so they showed up on set and like, I'm like, oh, nice to meet you. And then they were talking about like a UFC fight, like a cage fight, wrestling fighting. And I was like, overhearing this, I don't know anything about UFC fighting, or cage fighting or anything, but I overhear the conversation, and then Jensen's like, trying to be nice, but he's like, you watch UFC? And I was like, sometimes I do. Yeah, it's great. I love it when they get in the cage and they fight. So yeah, I was just trying to, just trying to fit in with the tall guys. But they turned out they're sweethearts, and we became friends fast. It was really cool, great experience. But yeah, that was my first day.
My other question was just, do you guys have any tattoos? And if so, what do they mean? And if not, what would you get?
That's a great question. I've always wanted to get a tattoo, and I haven't. Do you have one?
I don't have any, no.
Wow, we have that in common, Brock. Turns out there's a whole bunch.
We should hang out.
We should hang out. This is my first time meeting Brock ever.
It is that.
Us too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he special?
He's lovely.
Lonely?
Lovely.
Oh, lovely.
I have no idea if he's lovely. I can't tell.
Sometimes.
He's lovely. Take my word for it. Someone was like, if you want a tattoo, decide what it's gonna be, and then like put it in a file folder for like a year. If you still want that same thing in a year, then you should get it. Like the test of like changing your mind, which you can't do. And so I was like, great idea. And so I came up with this great, like, sort of, I don't know, it was sort of like the sun, ultimately, but it was like a cool looking sun, it was gonna be on my shoulder. And then 6 months later, I changed my mind. And my friend was right, and I never got one, But yeah, the other thing I wanted, like at one point I was a really big Pearl Jam fan, like 20 years ago. I mean, I still am. But I want to get a Pearl Jam tattoo, and then I talked myself out of it, because like, it's just, I actually ended up meeting Eddie Vedder like later. Not that we're friends or anything, he spoke one word to me, but I was like, it would be weird if you meet the guy and then you're like wearing his tattoo. I thought that might be weird.
Yeah.
And also being in a band, I didn't want to have another band's tattoo, so it was a big thing for me. This is a great question. Do you ever think what you might get if you tattooed yourself?
I've had a few ideas and I forgot them, so apparently they weren't that good. But the one I've been mulling over lately would be on my back, and it would be like angel wings, but instead of wings, like where the base of, I guess, the feathers or whatever they are come out, it just cuts off, and it's just cut off wings. So it's like an angel that's lost its wings.
Like stumps.
Yeah, stumps, bloody.
Cool.
How cool is that?
But
I know, dude. It's heavy.
yeah, it's weird. I don't know why I'm jet lagged. Dark
You could
thoughts.
grow them out. You could grow them out too, if you like. You could get them.
Exactly. Yeah, I can get it over and done over as.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. I always forget that.
Yeah. I've seen this question for Rob.
Okay.
We've seen pictures of crossover between Hawaii Five-O and NCIS LA. And how was it? And I was wondering if you're going to be in the 2 episodes, just NCIS, or tell us.
Most of my stuff is in the NCIS LA, and then there's a little bit of me in the Hawaii Five-O. The Hawaii Five-O stuff is mostly voiceover, and I think a couple pictures. But most of my stuff is in the NCIS LA. And it was very cool. It was like, she's asking about, I did this episode that's airing, I think, next week.
Yeah.
NCIS LA and Hawaii Five-O, and they like merged. They have this crossover thing going on. And anyway, it was cool because the cast of Hawaii Five-O was in LA working on NCIS LA, so I actually got to do a scene with all the sort of leads of the show. And I'm a bad guy, so they're chasing me. LL Cool J like tackles me and buries my face in the sand. It was really, talk about big guy, and talk about intimidating. Literally, it was another sort of like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, so sorry about everything.
He's like twice you.
Oh, he's twice me, he can eat me. And but he, again, sweetheart of a guy, like so cool. And that was another one. I was starstruck. No, Cool J. I mean, that's, don't call it a comeback. I used to love that. So anyway, he tackles me in the sand. But yeah, all the guys in Y50 were in it, so it was cool. And then I thought I was going to go to Hawaii and shoot the Y50 part, but then they were like, you know what, we're just using your picture and your voice. So you don't have to go to Hawaii. And I'm like, but I'll go to Hawaii.
Anyway, I think you must be taller than Scott Camp, are you?
Yes! Yeah. That was a victory. Taller than Scott Conn. It really was. It's been one moment of like the LL Cool J moment, and then it turns out like I turn around and Scott Conn, and I'm like, what's up, man? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello. Sorry, I have just a question for Rob. As a god, since Lucifer was your first creation, wouldn't you create him a little bit nicer? He's downright scary in Mark's version.
So as God, could I create Pellegrino nicer? No, go ahead.
Lucifer.
Yeah, create his Lucifer nicer?
Yes, exactly. Because he was your first creation, so you have to love him a lot.
Yeah.
How the hell could he turn out
So bad. Well, that's the thing about it, is like you create them, and then it's like children, right? And then you let them go, and then they get into drugs, and then they're...
Get dropped off by the cops.
Yeah, they're dropping out of school, breaking into convenience stores. Kids are crazy, right?
It's free will.
Yeah.
Yeah, in archangel version of convenience stores, I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, exactly. But it's true, they have them, because everyone like needs, gum and cigarettes. But so that's the thing, is I think Lucifer is the ultimate bad seed, right? So that would be my interpretation of it, is he tried to create him like everyone else, and then he kind of turned bad. But that Pellegrino, he's a great actor too, man. The perfect guy to play that, because he just... And the fact that he can play also a sweetheart, on Lost, he was like a real godly figure. And then... Anyway, he's also kind of intimidating.
It's huge. Bigger than I thought.
Right?
Yeah, the guy's big.
Yeah, tall guy.
That's what he was created in your own image.
Right. So I think I tried, I had good intentions, and then he just got out of control.
Yeah.
And I think that's, so if I could go back, but I can't take it back.
Well, you are a god, you could.
I guess I could. If I was really God, I could bring myself back. Because I've been gone for 3 seasons. I recreate myself. Guys, I thought this through, I'm back.
Yeah, it's send me the amulet, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
What happened to my facial hair when you created me?
Yeah, your facial hair?
Yeah, you didn't give me much.
I wasted it all on myself.
Selfish.
I didn't have any left. I know. It was a mistake. I'll give you some.
Later? Glue.
Yeah. Hi.